Hey guys. Um, yeah, I know it's late at night, but I am going to be reading you a a poem. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It's called To This Day, the To This Day Project, and I'm going to read it with the same expressions that he did, and well, hope you enjoy it. When I was a kid, I used to think pork chops, karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day before I realized fat kids were not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was afraid I'd get in trouble playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise on my side and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, my life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gave me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation. I was removed from the house for 3 days, until they finally decided to ask how I got the bruises. News of this silly little story quickly spread through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way, surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones, as if broken bones hurt more than names we got called. We got called them all. So we grew up believing that no one would ever fall in love with us, that we'd be lonely forever, that we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in a tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so that we feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something that surgeons can cut away, but there's no way for it to metastasize. It does. She was 8 years old on her first day of grade 3 when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of the class so we could stop getting bombarded with spitballs, but the schools were about ground. We found ourselves outnumbered day after day. We used to stay inside for rehearsals because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or learn how to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there. And in grade 5, they taped a sign to our desk that read, "Beware of dogs." To this day, despite a loving husband, she does not think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising two kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin, because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted, not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when he became a mixed drink of 1 part love and 2 parts tragedy. He started therapy in the 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills. Lived like the uphills were mountains, downhills were cliffs, 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and adolescents being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of cruelty. He tried to kill himself in 10th grade when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him to get over it. As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents from our first aid kit. To this day, he's a stick of TNT who lived from both ends, who could describe to you in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can or understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were "Hey Stupid," "Hey Spaz." It seems like each school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year, and if a kid breaks in the school and no one around chooses to hear it, do they make a sound? Are they just background music? Are they just background noise of the soundtrack stuck on repeat? When people say things like "kids can be cruel," every school is a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers, from clowns to carnies. All of these were miles ahead of who we were. We were freaks. Lobster claw boys and beer ladies, oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire, spin the ball, trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But at night, While the others slept, we kept walking the tightrope. It was practice, and yeah, some of us fell. But I want to tell them, all of this is debris, left over from when we finally decided to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. Because there's something inside of you that made you keep trying, despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a castle around your broken heart. You signed it yourself. You signed it. They were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball and everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell, but you never told. Because how can you hold your ground when everyone wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdogs because we see ourselves in them. We stemmed from a root planted in belief that we were not what we are called. That we were not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on a highway. And if we aren't somewhere, don't worry. We just gotta take gas. We are graduating members of the class of We Made It, not the faded echoes of voices crying out names will never hurt me. Of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain, more to do with beauty. This poem is an inspiration. It taught me a lot. Now, if only I could take that into consideration. I'm safe from the sounds and I'm trying to get better. I'm doing it for people that I love and that love me. So thank you.